Nasim here. Now, after using the Pixel 7 for about a week now, the one thing that kept coming to my mind after using it on a day-to-day basis was this one simple statement that I think explains the Pixel 7 pretty perfectly. And that statement is, I think that the Pixel 7 is the best mid-range phone that you can buy in 2022. And I say this because the Pixel 7 is one of those phones that is good enough to compete with any phone in this price range. And not only that, but it's also cheaper, has a better build quality, software, and is much faster than its competition. The Pixel 7 has the smoothest software out of any Android in this category. It has a much more premium feel that is durable. It has a really great display that looks as good as most flagships, and it has a great ecosystem within its apps that ensures easier use. And even though the Pixel 7 isn't perfect, I think that it's the closest thing to perfect in the category that it represents. And in this video, I wanted to give you guys my experience with it and show you guys why the Pixel 7 is such a top tier phone. Now, the Pixel 7 has a 6.4-inch display that I must say was one of the best displays that you can get on a phone when it comes to this price. I also love the fact that despite the lower price, Google still managed to put a 90Hz refresh rate, which I will say looked pretty amazing. Like right here, you can see me scrolling through the OS and it looks as smooth as ever. Doing simple things like scrolling through the app manager and being on social media were much better than if it were 60Hz. And speaking of the display, right here, you can see that the colors are vibrant. The resolution is pretty amazing. It didn't look too saturated, and the whole experience is much better than I expected. And to show you guys what I mean, I'll be playing games and watching a video on the display. The brightness was a little better than last year. I really liked how everything was clear and the whites were a little bit better. Whenever I was going to the gym, I would be outside on a sunny day and pull out my phone, and as soon as I turned the brightness all the way up, I could see everything that was going on. The auto brightness got much better as well. There weren't any bugs like on last year's version, and it was pretty good for the price. And the last thing that I really liked about the Pixel 7 was the fact that they made the fingerprint sensor much better. Right here, you can see how quick it is. I also really love that they were able to add facial recognition. It's not the best in the game, but it's pretty fast, so I was pretty happy with it. Now, the Pixel 7 has been holding up really well. There weren't any crazy bugs so far, and it was really smooth, so when it came to the overall feel, I was pretty satisfied. I really like the customizations. The Pixel 7 allows you to edit the placement of your apps and edit the ratio of those apps, but I didn't like how there were things on the home screen that you couldn't edit or remove, like the bottom Google bar or even a date on the top left corner. It also was able to handle power heavy apps really well. I'll be playing games like Asphalt 9, and at first I was getting some lags, but after a couple days of playing it, it was much better. And besides the minor lags, I still really enjoyed the software on the Pixel 7. To me, it felt amazing because I was using all of the Google apps, and since they're all connected, I got a really good ecosystem type feel from them. Now, I would get about 5 hours of on-screen time, which was pretty heavy usage to put enough strain on the battery, and I was doing things like watching movies, playing games, and even planning out videos, which was fairly heavy use. And even after putting all the strain on the battery, I would end up with about 10% battery left, which wasn't that great, but was still good enough to last me through the night. Also, take into consideration the fact that I have adaptive battery on, and it's slowly adapting better to how I use my phone. There are times where my phone would drop to 60 Hz, but most of the time I was running 90. Something else that I loved about the battery was the fact that it had pretty fast charging speeds. Like there were times where I would forget to charge my phone and had to charge it up while I was getting ready for work, and it would take me about an hour to get ready, and by the time I was done, my phone would be on 100%, which was just enough power to last me all day. Now, the camera on the Pixel 7 was easily my favorite thing that I loved about this phone. It had some of the best photos and didn't really surprise me because Pixel has always been great at taking photos. Now, when it comes to daytime outside photos, we can see that they were vibrant, colorful, sharp, and were able to capture my face very beautifully thanks to Google upgrading their selfie cameras. And when we look at more daytime outside photos, we can see that the camera still looked amazing, the colors were very accurate, my skin still looked really good, and it brightened up the photo even when there was less lighting. Now, when we look at the daytime inside photos, we can see that the sky still looked amazing, the colors of objects still looked really good, my skin tone was pretty good, and it brought in enough light to help the photo. Now, when we look at more daytime inside photos, I would say that these were really good. Even though my apartment gets good lighting, again, they still look really good, and I was really satisfied because these pictures were damn near the same as the Pixel 7 Pro. And when it comes to video quality, I would say that the Pixel 7 was amazing. The videos were vibrant, sharp, and let tons of light in. And to show you guys what I mean, here are some examples of different videos that I took. And there it is, you guys. My review on the Pixel 7 after 1 week of use. Now, let me know down below. Do you guys think that the Pixel 7 is the best mid-range phone? Let me know. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, I would like to say thank you for sticking around. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It will be very appreciated. And as far as social media, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Back home again. Back home again. Back home again. Back home again. Back home again.